once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. It is Monday afternoon, the 1st of June. A new calendar is turning, and here we are again. Brothers and sisters, to all of you who are already here with me or tuning in later, thank you. Thank you to all of you. Let peace and love and joy, let that be our way and with us today, so that it is our way. That's what I'm filled with. I took a day off of streaming yesterday. For those of you who follow and you pay attention, all is good. It was just, I don't know if it was the full moon energies or something. I just kind of withdrew and I went within. Something that I might talk about quite a bit today, actually, because today the idea, understanding what is within you, it helps when you have an idea of where to look, what to look for, to better understand what is happening and what you are becoming. That's how you gain a better understanding of what's within you. And there's many approaches, but in the end, the reminder is simple and true. Love reveals heaven. Think those thoughts through for yourself. I'm happy to discuss any objections or denials you have to that conclusion, but it is with love that heaven is known. Today, the topic, or the thumbnail, the Christ within, the Christic, the true omnipresent nature of every single human soul. And as it was written, and said in Luke, the kingdom of God is within you. Where I found God's kingdom is without me, right? Without the world. That's where I found God's kingdom for me. And it was with me. So how do you look? How do you look beyond you when you are you? I guess that could be it. Well, it can be a simple part or a tricky part. It's up to you. It's either way. All things can be true. It's only by the glory of our God, the grace of our God, that we get to know breath. Right? That evidence of life. So the kingdom of God, in my interpretation and my personal definitions, right? You don't have to accept it, but kingdom of heaven it's in the silence. It's in the silence found behind the noisy world. The noisy world is there, but behind that noisy world is a silence. And in between your thoughts, when you're not thinking or distracted about things of the world, right? In that silence between your thoughts, the silence behind the noise, there's a kingdom of divine stillness waiting for you to find, to be with. And consider this idea, it's in the description too. Be still to know what I am, and love, right? Be still to know what I am and love mean to you. Because you are what matters, really, truly. In the eyes of God, you matter. There's a special quality, a special essence, maybe a special purpose or a reason you're still here. All of us. The God I've gotten to know these days, Oh, we can go back to this topic. Understanding what is within you. To know what is within you, I guess you got to know what you are. Where is the limit and the boundary of you, right? Is it your color, your language, your family, your religion? Where's the boundary of you? And where is there someone else? Um, the reality is, in all of those relationships, every relationship of everything, every experience you have, every moment you have is a relationship with you. For others, you share the relationship you have with you with others. It's the relationship you have with you, it's going to be shown in your patterns of behavior, how you treat others, how you treat yourself. Understanding what is within you, and it was written in the scripture too. Um, as Jesus said, that which you do to the least of these, you do to me as well. What that means is there's a Christ, a Christic, a spirit of perfection, an eternal being, an eternal knowing, a soul. It's within every bit of life. I was listening to a lecture earlier today by another man I truly admire, Rupert Murdoch, um, and through his education and experience, he presents a beautiful connection to the Trinity, right? The Trinity that's found not just within, well, the Trinity that's found with many religions, many philosophies. He pointed out a Trinity for me, which really kind of got me thinking. This entire universe, this entire experience within and outside in many different levels, the Trinity that creates our life, its energy, principles, and forms. Life is experienced through forms of ideas, forms of being, forms of nature. Those forms are guided by the natural order. This universe, as I understand, it can be, calculated through mathematics. Um, So behind all of the darkness, behind all of the form, all of the energy, all of the principles, all the rules, all the laws, there is one divine source, and it is truly brilliant. And you're a part of that brilliance. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Don't pay close attention. I encourage you to the words you allow you to say to you, to the I am who is you, right? Those words create you and move you, and they influence others. The words you think, the words you say, they become you. And I was considering this thought. Maybe when I drop the link, we'll open it up. And by the way, sometimes I am slow. I could have given a big shout out to everyone here. I saw I saw a link or the comment. It didn't click for me. No, says thank you. Um, I'm going to learn to cooperate with others better as I go. I am doing that. And I hope you see that. I hope you see me doing a little better job of being me, right? Especially when I interact with others, when I drop the link and see who shows up. But back to some of these thoughts. The kingdom of heaven, the world limits you, okay? That which limits you becomes you. That which you allow to limit you, you become a part of that. For me, I used to have drinking that limited me. My food choices, my lustful choices, my desires that I didn't really think through. Those limited my life. I thought I was finding happiness, but I was lying to myself. That which limits you, that's what you become in a great part. And the world wants limits. The rule is all about fighting for control, fighting for power, outdoing one another, outworking one another. Like a bunch of friggin' pack mules. And we shouldn't even work the mules the way we do, but have. You know what? God, praise God, praise God. Back off my opinions. Back to some ideas. The kingdom of heaven, right? And the Christ within. Let's jump into that. Got some stuff prepared for us. If I can get this pulled up here. The Christ within, the true, omnipresent nature of every human soul. Many spiritual teachings point to a divine presence. It exists within every person. Rather than being distant or separate, God is experienced as an inner reality. So maybe see yourself as in God, with God, and then see how you feel inside when you know that God is with you and within you. Because within you is how you're going to hear, how you're going to feel. And Luke 17:21 states the kingdom of God is within you. That's what Jesus knew, understood, was trying to get across to mankind. This perspective, it emphasizes direct spiritual awareness, a personal transformation. It's available for you, this world, this universe, this experience. It's all for you to discover God's love that reveals all heavens, all earth. What does Christ within me mean? Christ within refers to the divine nature. Did I say this already? No, present in all humanity. It is the source of love, source of wisdom, source of compassion, source of unity. So be with the source of all that is good in your life. Realize you're with that. You're with the Christ when you walk with love. That's God's will for you and me and all of us here. And truly, the spiritual journey is not about becoming something new, but awakening to what is already present. What's present is the gift of giving life that has been given to you and all of us. Every person carries an inherent value and spiritual potential. I think many of us realize this. I pray. Well, I look forward to the day when everyone comes to this conclusion that regardless of someone's understanding, regardless of someone's ability or limitations, there is a quality and a goodness to their life that deserves love, compassion, respect, joy. If we're not going to take care of those who have trouble taking care of themselves, then what the hell are we here for? Every person carries, carries a inherent value, a spiritual potential. So the impact of recognizing the Christ within you, within others, around you, right? The impact of recognizing God's goodness. It encourages greater self-respect, greater self-awareness. You'll find yourself worrying less when you think of God more, right? And through that, you won't have such a cluttered mind. It's easier to pay attention. And recognizing the Christ within, it promotes compassion towards others, recognizing a shared divine essence. That's what life is. It's a divine essence that brings forth the chance to become. And the purpose of becoming is to participate in perfection. Nature is perfect. So back to this, the impact of recognizing the Christ within It reduces fear, separation, and judgment. It inspires individuals to live with purpose, to live with integrity, right? To live authentically with love. So, from the kingdom of God is within you, the divine is not limited by location, institution, circumstance, nor opinion. Beliefs don't limit the divine. And spiritual growth, individual growth, development, maturity, it comes through recognizing and expressing the Christ nature already present within. It's described in Galatians, right? The Holy Spirit. It's patience and goodness and kindness and all these wonderful qualities that we appreciate from other people, and other people appreciate it from us. So when individuals awaken to this truth, they contribute to a more peaceful, a more compassionate world. That's the direction I see God allowing us. That's the direction I see love leading us. Where do I go? What do I do? I got so many ideas and thoughts that came through me earlier. But I know that often if I speak too much, sometimes the mind is overwhelmed. So, you know what? I've not been paying much attention to the chat, but blessings. Man, be good to see you, man. I was wondering about you recently. And yes, brother, the link is ready. Matter of fact, here we go. Excuse me. Thank you. And has everyone hit the like button, people? Please. Where's the love night? And I did, for those who are present, wish to join the discussions. Please do. Feel free. You're welcome until shown that you are not. Well, is that true? There's a couple of exclusions. Stephen, don't bother. I'm not really too interested in it today. USA, do you believe in Kant? See, this is where the worldly ways are showing, my friend. Carl, yes, please. I just dropped the link. You are welcome to join me, my brother. I'd love to catch up, see how everything is going. Don't judge me. I won the terrible. It will not be me. I feel and I trust that God may allow me. No, God is using me as a piece of this. I am a small piece in this very complex, very gorgeous, dynamic, powerful puzzle of life that's coming together. Everything is coming together because everything that was written, it seems to be showing itself to be true, specifically words regarding the truth, regarding love, regarding the pre-planned destiny of mankind to collectively and individually overcome evil here on earth, to live bringing heaven to the world. That is our living purpose, the living truth of why we are here. So it won't be Jack that saves the world, but it will be by the grace of God, and I am dedicated to finding my way to play a greater part. Partly why I took yesterday off to spend time within, seeking the answers from God. There's been a couple signs shown to me, but I'm not real sure on how to interpret them. And hey, here is a wonderful friend and guest returning. Welcome back, Crazy Guru.
Hello. Oh, wait. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm feeling blessed, man.
Oh, me too. I was hoping you would give me a second chance tonight to, hopefully without my good mate D&W coming in to rage bait me, to sit back at the bus and prove patience because I didn't fully get to that's what I wanted to do last time, because hey, if I didn't give in, it was going to go on forever, let's face it. So I just had to give him what he wanted, get him out here, and then come on and apologize to everybody for the behavior. It was, we'll talk about it another time. What was really going on, but anyway, I spoke to him afterwards. Find out. I let him know I wasn't going to burn it after. Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to sitting back tonight and listening to others. I was hoping, if I behave myself, I've hopefully steal a little part at the end, which I think it should go at the end because I don't want it to overthrow everything tonight. Not too far at the end, but it's 2 papers I'm working on tomorrow, which are part of the new reasoning why I'm building a new Gnostic order, which we can talk about again, but it's not. I haven't finished everything yet, and I'd rather have private chats with you before talking about it on your show. But it does help me with understanding. I can get some questions for myself to get a look at it, because a lot of it has to do with God and Christ and love and returning and showing a prophetic vision we have, one of many, that's dangerous around the corner, and see if it was only relevant because Elon Musk actually spoke and confirmed the risk element that we was claiming was true 2 years ago on a really viral video recently. So we're not going to go into that. We haven't got his theory, but it does link to ours, which you'll see later on. I have just 2 pieces I'm working on today, and I'm going to read them out if you allow me, and I get some feedback on it. But I'd rather do it towards the end because I don't want it to overtake the show. Okay, is that okay, Jack? Now, you have anything for me? Thank you for welcoming me on so lovely, especially after laughing. I tried. I may have failed a little bit. I tried.
It was well, it was part of our growth, and yes, all of us are growing together, and it looks like we're receiving another opportunity to grow. Now I saw, hey, welcome back, DNW. How are you, brother? He may be, I'm not hearing you if you're there, but
hello, Guru Jack Talcott.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
The only guru currently here.
He's not doing it to me, Jack. You know, I'm not doing it.
No, it's.
Come on, you had your fun last week, DNW. Leave it alone.
You know, you see, Jack, the people who are not gurus will not put guru in their name. They don't need to show. They don't need to show what they are. They are what they are.
And they're examples for others to become. But hey, yeah, it's funny that this comes up like this, because right before starting this stream, I was thinking about love, and I am convinced that love is fun. Love is playful. Right?
Yes. 100%, yes.
Yeah.
In many ways, even though he's older than me, Crazy Guru is like my simpleton little brother who needs a kick up the arse. You know, and I love him, but he still needs a little kick up the arse. He's gone wayward. He's gone, you know, it is what it is.
It's my test tonight, Jack. Don't worry. It's my test. I knew I was in for. I'm ready for it.
Well,
and later on, I'll scream at him on his own show later. Right? I'll scream it to them, Jack. I'm going to be a good boy. He's not going to do it to me. And just,
yes, beautiful. What DNW, though, I would encourage you to reconsider giving someone a boot in the ass. That was the old way of teaching people. There's more efficient and effective ways, I've found.
How will we teach? How can we teach the crazy guru the error of his ways, then, Jack?
That's the question I've been wondering, not with him specifically, but for a long time. How do you let someone...
I hate you both. I know you both know what you're doing to me. I hate you.
No, here. Oh, please, please. Guru, please, jump in here. Go ahead.
I don't want to. I'm scared. Help me make it through. What's that song? Help me make it through. I can't sing. My throat's gone.
Love is the answer, and just breathe and surrender.
Oh, I have to tonight.
Yeah. What is this? Stephen, I'm not interested in your nonsense. Thank you for clicking the link, but I have no intentions of bringing you up today, my friend. love, right?
We
are. What's that?
I can't help there's a child in me, because you left love going there. I put the song lyrics, love, the kind you clean up with a mop and bucket, like the lost catacombs of Egypt, only God knows how we stuck it, hieroglyphics. You know, what song? Come on, anyone?
I've never heard that.
Fuck! Come on, in the chat, right? Let's see who gets it. Let's see who gets it in the chat. I'm not a singer, but you've got to know the lyrics, surely. I'm not singing the chorus, I'd give it away. I'm sorry, it's the child in me. I'm sorry, Jack. I was rude. I do apologize.
No, it's fine. But back to where I'm really wondering, I'm open to suggestions and ideas, because I think many of us face this problem. When someone's in your life and they don't see what they're doing, right? They're causing damage, they're causing harm, even to themselves. How do you lead them to see what they want to ignore?
That's a great question. You even at me? I do want to say well done to Johnny, by the way. That's correct, gang. But was that aimed at anyone there, Jack, or was you just saying to everybody?
It's kind of an open question, because I'm really trying to understand it.
Well, as I butt in, and let DNW go first if you want to, but otherwise I don't mind answering
it. Anything from you, DNW?
No. So can you repeat the question, Jack, just so we can think about it?
Yeah, Trexie, well done for the Goldie looking team. it's not that, though. It is Blood on Gang, but well done for that. Sorry, Jack. I wouldn't mind the question repeating now because of all this. I shouldn't have brought that question up, but they engaged with Jack.
Well, it's parallel to where DNW was starting at. But the objective question, when you've got someone and objectively on the outside, you see that they're causing themselves harm and others, how do you get them? How do you lead them? I know you can't force them, but how do you lead them to see what they don't want to see?
Ask them why they don't want to see it.
Sometimes you have to section them. You know, you have to reel them in and put them in a padded cell. I did suggest that to Guru's wife before. She didn't listen.
He did.
But, you know, the thing is, sometimes it's for their, no, I mean that seriously. Sometimes people need to be forcefully removed from a situation, from society, and just given space and solitude to calm down, and maybe they can come back more thoughtful if you treat them with love in that little interim period and pepper them with, wisdom in a calm, caring, considerate manner,
That you nailed it. That calm, considerate manner. That's what I've actually witnessed in you pretty well. Except with Crazy Guru for some reason. But no, even there.
There's no some reason.
I've seen you guys communicate what I thought to be pretty effectively as well. But you nailed it. Being able to communicate the truth with a calm, compassionate method.
I would, I 100%. If you're asking, 100% agree. I can't, because what it does, it adds to mine. Like, he's obviously the emotional one, and I'm the smart one. But he's correct. That is definitely the manners in which by which to do it, and I can't argue with that. And like I said, I would still say the direction you take that calm man and everything is to ask them, why. I can't add more to what DNW said other than the direction, really.
Okay, but even in that scenario, I've asked the question why, and they give a bunch of excuses.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I would ask the right question why, because no matter what the excuses were, it would give me an answer. But I guess others, it wouldn't do that, so that wouldn't help them then. So how would others be able to do it then, I suppose, is... I don't know. I'm more, as I said, I'm more down the road of what DNW says. Do it in the most compassionate, loving, communicative way you possibly can. Because that's what we do with individuals like myself, isn't it? The autistic ones can't really fit in as well. And we ask for forgiveness in a lighthearted way, because I don't really believe in it, to say, can you at least accept a bit of a twat and just work with it for now. And that is it. You're doing exactly what DNW is suggesting. Not even DNW, really.
Well, DNW also pointed out that some people sometimes need to be separated.
I thought that was the joke part. I wasn't taking them serious. Was you messing around there, DNW, or was you referring to the extreme? Because I separated them. If anything.
I was referring to extreme cases where people are a danger to themselves or others.
I imagined you were Prince,
and they're in that situation where they're not listening to anything, But there's a literal mortal danger or danger of violence, danger of self-harm, that kind of thing.
All right, to Jack's question, then I think what you might be asking me is, do I agree with the other extreme then? The one extreme, yes, but no, the other extreme, I don't quite believe in what DNW is saying, but I see value in it in this world today to, I don't know, curb something that's extreme. So an extreme to curb extreme, but measured should always be taken to limit the extreme, because I do think there's a greater way than what we got. But I can understand the value in being a little extreme, where extreme cases push you to and you haven't got a great alternative, but I still believe we're very capable of alternative methods today. Did I help?
Well, I may be taking us off topic now, but I am convinced that the answers mankind needs are here and now, right? We have... There's so much evidence and so many facts that support it's time for immediate reforms worldwide. I think that's the plan for us. If we're going to grow up, we're going to stop fighting each other.
Dan, the mic, brother. DNW. Twat Ed.
Ask and he shall hear.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, he makes me laugh and cry. Sorry. What was we asked? What did we want? Oh, the mic one. Sorry, Jack. What you were saying? I couldn't hear you over the mic. Sorry.
Yeah, I had sirens coming behind me right then too. So what I'm suggesting is that if we look objectively at the world and the ways of the world, the evidence and what we know of consciousness and the unifying source of energy from which we are all a part of, there's so many things that prove we're all united and connected. So we got everything we need. Do we have the willingness to end wars, create reforms?
Yes, we do.
I think we all do.
I like to add the word potential with questions like that. Like, we have the potential to will it. We're just not doing it right now. Do you agree with that? When we talk about global or universal things, will is often a single thing, but when we talk about us all, we have to talk about potential, so we're not forcing will. Is that also what you were saying there, Jack? I'm just trying to steal my way soon, because that's how I understood what you said.
I actually appreciate that you brought up potential, because that's what I see as the divine spark, infinite potential. We can't predict the future. We can guesstimate and we can find predictions for the future, but we have no absolute sight. So the potential is what I see as the Christic, the pure that's within inside every one of us. And if enough, not if, when enough of us believe it's time for the truth to be disclosed and actually shared, we're going to make it happen.
Jack, the will you was talking about there, the thing I put at the center of curiosity and love and all these things, where you just said the will that has that potential to grow. Would you say that was a will that was free to grow? And that's what I mean when I say free will. And what it grows into has stages of what I've met, and I'd love to see if people agree with me. And one of the very first stages it ever comes to is curiosity. And if that curiosity is allowed to grow, and I won't continue because it's big, but just to this little part, that curiosity is allowed to grow. It reaches ventral stages, which you often refer to as compassion, love, and other aspects of it. But if it's not, it's often split because it's told, like I said, I'm not going to some dogmatic thing that it has to fear if it's one way or the other. And then that split, as you say, and I'm going to use your word in, even though slightly different mapping I'm going to talk to you about privately, but of splitting innocence. And that innocence then can be split and used against itself, from itself and outside sources, if love is not applied from community and the peers. This little soul is supposed, this little curiosity soul is supposed to imprint on, and it's not allowed to see its full potential of love, and therefore it's going to somehow get bent, twisted, and lost, and form the criminals, as we call them, in the narrative that we all form today. And all the other things. I'm just trying to nuance it to get people to talk and then stop you. It can go further, but do you understand what I'm saying at all there? That free will is the thing that also breaks when we break that innocence.
I don't think you even understand. But yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry, Garazi. Go ahead.
No, I don't mind a little bit. And if someone's not going to push back his thing, but Jack, maybe steelman me if he agrees in any sort of way at all. Sorry, Jack, you still?
There was something that I wanted to go with as well. The divine will, it does grow. It's there. It exists, and it moves us as we become us. And so the thing that I believe where mankind is lost is in this false knowing. We think we know who we are. We think we know who others are. We think we know all sorts of things, but those thoughts keep us from reality. But the point, back to where I was going, that will of life that helps a seed grow into a tree, right? That's what you're talking about. And we are that in the human form, the will of life. It's there for us to discover who we become as we experience different things. Hey, we've got another guest. You're welcome to jump in. Both.
No. If we got another guest, this is part of the wait. I'm saying I didn't know there's another guest.
Wildheart, welcome. It's been quite a while. Good to see you again, brother.
Hey, Wildheart.
Cheers, man. Thank you, Jack, the Crazy Guru, and the NW. Good to see you all. I've just started watching, so if you can continue, and I can catch up with the topic.
Well, I will tell you this before Jack does his loving thing. Half your music sucked, but I loved it when you put the Dire Straits on. I was singing along with you, brother. All right, so loved the video.
That was you. Yeah, I saw
the Dire Straits stuff. I was well into it, but the rest I was like, I'll just watch him. I love him.
No, I didn't know it was you, but I appreciate the comment. Yeah, I replied to it.
Maybe explain to Jack what I'm talking about, because it's just launched, doesn't it? I mean, tell everybody, be proud of it, brother. It doesn't matter.
It's okay. You're welcome to share what you're doing. Otherwise, what we were discussing was the free will of life, right? The will of life. And Guru had pointed out that one of the first aspects to grow and develop is this curiosity within our being. And it does make sense. That's how life would grow. It's got to explore and understand its limitations in order to adapt and overcome.
Sorry,
or not.
Yeah, I've got to
let's not forget that not all life survives. A lot of life gets churned up by the threshing machine, and not all life can figure out what is going on. Let's again remember, guys. I feel that sometimes there's intellectual elitism going on. We have to remember not everybody can choose. Not everybody can think about things to the degree that you guys seem to think about it. You know?
Yeah,
and I don't know what that says. Maybe you guys are fortified with some kind of leadership qualities. Maybe it's maybe because your horizon is wider than others. Maybe it's your goal to, you know, shepherd the herd safely back into the pen. But you know, most people aren't able to do the magic.
Plus, I think
that's
you're
just the
mixing
way it
up.
is.
I think you're mixing up Richard Dawkins' like selfish gene theory. Like genes don't have thoughts. It's just whatever is best to continue the gene. That's what gets naturally selected. I think you're mixing up a couple of things, though. Do you know what I mean?
Go ahead, Guru, please.
Yeah, just I think trying to do it backwards and just say that I just thought all things had thoughts, but their thoughts weren't the same thoughts as us, and they all added together in multiple forms to make these thoughts. So every tiny little thought of every little tiny little cell isn't a thought like you would think, but surely has to send a thought, like a vibration in one form or another. And when all these are together, it's just at our level, our macro level, a thought is more complex and more entwined because we are far deeper, complex, multi-dimensional being if you build yourself as such within I'm really talking about within a metaphysical, abstract way. Whereas all these things do have a thought if you run, you know, the certain frequencies, surely that is in the same aspect as thoughts do the same thing with you, and they're a frequency that emits from your essence towards you as a message from within, from the demiurgic gods that you worship within, that's trying to emanate from a radiance of light and awareness from outside, trying to penetrate you from logos. We often refer to that as like logic and reasoning to diminish inconsistencies within us, like contradictions, what I refer to as archons within us. To what actually I forgot what DW actually said now, because it was more interesting with Wild Heart. I didn't say there, but it was going to lead back to.
I was just saying you're getting a little bit carried away talking about free will, perhaps, and perhaps most people don't have as much as you like to think they do, and perhaps it's kind of intellectual elitism. I'm just wondering what that means.
I slightly agree. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
please, because if you're going to say most people, I mean, what is the context, right? Where are they at? What are their conditions? I actually suggest that through the power of mind, we do possess logic and reasoning, which I think Guru had pointed out.
Yeah, I was going to say that the will thing that you were saying to DNW, I was going to say, like you were saying there, I agree. But my question would be, DNW, you are also admitting you run the same role here as Jack and myself. Yeah, you also shepherd a herd called the Finding Gnosis family and channel, and they all see you as a shepherd. You are including yourself.
I don't
okay.
consider myself
one roof for one roof for another. I get it. Anyway,
I'm here because I'm trying to find out what's going on. That's generally my thing.
I get you. I don't mean in this position.
I like Jack's vibe. I like your vibe as well, but I like Jack's vibe. He's a good guy, and I warmed him because he's been through a lot. He's still standing, and instead of getting bitter and resentful, he wants to lift others up, and I think that's a very good sign in a human being. You know.
I also think it's a good sign if you're bitter and resentful and you still want to lift people up.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think it depends on the way you try to do it. If you try to lift people up, like, I know Jack's a Christian, like if you try to lift people up with something that is false, is that a good thing?
That's a great question, but come on, Jack.
Are we assuming or knowing that something is false?
I'm assuming. I don't know that God doesn't exist. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I am assuming. I'll give you that.
And the assumptions the assumptions we find are actually what prevent us from discovering the answers are there. It's what I found in my own experience, at least. Guru, sorry to interrupt you. You had...
No, I was just going to write an answer. I remembered what I was going to say on yourself, which was you mentioned about me saying about, I'm going to make it quick, curiosity being the first form of this free will in humans, at least. Even though I believe all potential from that first form in all other beings can be different, that first form is the same in every being, not just humans. Every being's first form, I believe the source of all consciousness is this free will that we talk about, but its first form as a core element is curiosity, because it's the one thing God gives us to lead us to our potential. All beings need it to have conscious agency. If that's the more hive. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I've got to stop you there. No, sorry, it's my fault. I've got to stop you there. First of all, you need to demonstrate that God exists.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
You can either accept it for the purposes of discussion, or you just create a roadblock. I mean, go ahead, please.
Well, I can prove that God exists, but first of all, what do you mean by God? Wildheart, what do you mean by God? You said I have to prove God exists, and I don't know what you mean by God, because people have different definitions. I use the word differently to other people.
My definition of God is a supernatural being that created the universe. Basically.
Why is that your definition of God? Who told you that's true?
Because I was brought up. Because of the way I was brought up. I was brought up like Christian. I know that's not everyone's definition of God. Yeah. And I understand that. But that is my definition of God. Yeah.
But why do you hold that definition of God if you don't think it's true?
I'm not saying that God exists.
No, I'm saying why. I didn't ask you. I said, why do you hold that definition of what God is if you already believe that's not true? Could God be something different to that? That's what I'm asking. Could I give? All right, cool. If I say to you, God to me is like a title, like king or something. It's something that's given to the position that holds the single equilibrium position that holds authoritative power over all things that everything must obey and nothing can question. Now, this doesn't prove God is real. It just tells you what God is. If this thing exists, then that thing must be God. Now, in our religion, we believe, and technically all religions, including the one we're doing now, believes in a paradoxical first cause that cannot be questioned. You call it absolute truth. You can't prove it exists. It just exists because without it, nothing else does. Nothing is real without it, and yet the very first cause for anything is a paradoxical position. So the monad is the single paradoxical position that holds authority over all things. From it comes the objective reality known as the pleroma. And within the pleroma, there are these aeons we call subjective principles.
Right.
So that's what God is.
Your question, Wildheart?
Sorry?
No.
Are you willing to accept that? Do you understand that?
It's not dogmatic. It's a gnosis God.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I still think dogmatic dogs are crap as well, personally, myself, Wildheart. So I haven't really debunked you or anything. I knew you was talking about the normal dogmatic gods. This is God.
I don't know if you can get over the dogma. I don't know if you can get over the whole dogma thing, because I think you're going to be telling a lot of people what is the right way. Whether we like it or not.
You can think that until I actually do it. You're just accusing me of a future crime hasn't been.
The word is the word. In the beginning was the word. And
all right, but can I ask Jack, what is what the NW doing called a minority report fallacy? He's saying, I think you're going to do this, therefore I can call you it now. Well, really, that's narcissistic, and you shouldn't do that to people. It's not loving.
I tell you what,
you shouldn't accuse them of something.
Reinventing the wheel.
Oh, I'm asking Jack Talcott a question. Jack, I'm asking. If you accuse
it's already
something,
there.
Right, sorry.
Everything is already there. It's already been done.
Jack, if someone accuses someone,
and you just want to put your own stamp on it.
DNW, please allow him to speak without interrupting. It'd be helpful. Thank you.
Is it narcissistic to claim that someone is guilty of something because you think they might do it? Is that love, or should you at least wait till that person does it before you accuse them of it? It's called a minority report fallacy, and narcissists do it to burden someone with some sort of shame or doubt or something, not to trust this person. And really, that's horrific. Why would you do that? Why do you rip another person down because of something you think they might do? Unless you can prove that's going to happen, if you haven't got nothing nice to say, why are you saying it? What's the reason? So I think that's a fair question. Jack, could you ask the NW this for me? Because he'll just treat me like rubbish.
The NW, I think what he's trying to say is you're accusing him of doing something before he has done it, which Crazy Guru Grazy Guru. Is it Grazy Guru? Yeah,
Yes.
I like you as a person, but I don't always understand what you're saying. But I think that's what you're saying. You're accusing the NW of
No, something like that, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
did you guys hear that or not?
I did. And I believe that's fair. I mean, what causes people to jump to assumptions, right? Or what causes someone to assume a failure of another prior to the failure being done? Doubts, lack of trust, distrust. And this is what I mean. And I do agree with the conclusion you offered. When we have distrust and we weigh doubts over someone else's ability or our own ability, we're not showing love. True love has no doubts. True love has no flaws. It is divine and purposeful.
But
Indeed.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Where are you getting that definition from? That's pretty much from the Bible, isn't it? Why should we trust the Bible as true or authority?
That's not the source. The source here and now is the truth being lived with you and me. So I'm not placing the Bible as some supreme authority. No, brother. This is what my life has shown to me to be true.
But you're saying that
I said I place the Bible as a supreme authority because it's absolutely accurate the way I read it. But the way other people read it, no, it's like a joke book to me. But the way I read it, it's supreme, and still is sound and logical today. They can teach us stuff in schools, but you just got to learn how to read it. It's a
back to the context of this conversation, though, please. Okay, so realize that's not what I am doing. Okay,
appreciate it.
Wildheart, in my own experience, I don't know what you know of my story or don't, but
I don't know a lot, to be honest. No.
I took myself through the hell of alcoholism, depression, a lot of suicidal thoughts, and a lot of unhealthy habits. The two were tied together, and I didn't realize.
Sorry, I've had all of those. Just so you know, I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
I recognize. I remember and recognize a little bit of you, and I see your doubt, but I also, brother, I see your light. I do. I see I don't know your purpose, but I see a purpose with you. Your life is continuing for a reason. You're here with your doubts, right? Many people, I think this is a place for doubts because we find a way to talk together for the most part.
Yeah.
I took us off from where we were, but
yeah, sorry, I interrupted. Sorry about that. Sorry.
No, I interrupted my thought, but to land this, in my past, I refused the Bible. I judged Christianity by the people that I saw associated with it. But in my own personal experience, brother, you don't have to trust me, but I'm speaking honestly. In my own personal experience, kind of what Guru was saying, the words in the Bible, many, many words in the Bible were proven to me in my experience regarding especially faith, surrender, trust, love, the commandment to love. It really is the only way we're to be.
But many commandments in the Bible must go against what you believe, like slavery. The Bible condone. I know this is what everyone brings up, but the Bible condones slavery, genocide, sexual harassment, rape.
Let's come back to that in just a moment, please. Real brief, Guru. Yeah. Chuck, thank you sincerely for your continuing contributions and generosity. It is truly appreciated. And congratulations who win the lottery with Chuck and became a member.
Thanks, Chuck. Well done, Chucky boy. No, you said leave it be for now, so we can leave it be. I don't mind move on.
And I think there might be someone backstage as well. The end of the
We've had a couple. I wasn't familiar. We've got one in the back. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I don't know them. I'm just saying this.
Thank you for the heads up.
Who is it?
There's a toys in the back.
Oh, that's Deep Prophet. He's all right.
Toys, you're up here. You've been back there a little bit. Are you still there at the mic? Camera, maybe? No. Muted, and I don't know. I'm sorry. The authenticated name is different than what you said, DNW. That's why.
Is it Kenny?
Yes.
Yeah, he's okay.
No, that's Kenny. It's
Okay.
Kenny.
All right.
He's
trust.
Sing.
And we got a Lord have mercy in the back. Welcome.
These are this is my friend Deep Prophet.
Cheers, mates.
Hey, blessings. Welcome. I've been hit a number of times, so forgive my my.
So just
I wouldn't let that happen. Not on my watch.
So just Jack, like going with what you were saying, if the Bible condones slavery, which it does, and the Bible says good things as well, do you go through the Bible? Do you believe that the whole Bible is true, basically?
I believe it truly exists in the many forms that we find it in. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely does exist. I would agree with that.
Am I convinced in its historicity and its historical accuracy? Not necessarily, especially when it comes to the Old Testament. However, the wisdom and the ideas contained within it, what if it doesn't actually condone slavery and genocide? What if those were perhaps ideas from the past, but they serve a greater purpose for those of us who are alive today? Right?
So my question then will be, how do you go through the Bible and distinguish which is accurate words from God or inspired by God and those which are not? If you're saying some things in the Bible are true and some things in the Bible are false, what methodology do you use to distinguish?
My own experience, what I've done is I've listened to people, scholars. I've heard so many different opinions, but even in the differences, there's consistencies that, some things are pretty consistently verified in history outside of even the Bible, through other records, through other things, right? So the main part that I focus on is, what is God trying to say? If there is a God, right? And if there is truth in that Bible, because there's millions and millions and millions of people who have found faith between the Abrahamic religions, right? And it's all based on the Old Testament and then the New Testament for the Christians, for sure. But within all of the religions, there's a unity. Okay, there's a single message.
No, sorry to interrupt.
There's a seeking for sure. Now, I want to, Jack, I want to invite, because I'm streaming on my channel on Finding Gnosis. I'm streaming your show there as well. Cougar Duma, if you could come on. He's a scientist, Jack. He won't agree with us, but it would be good to hear his perspective on matters. He's a hardcore scientist. He's a biologist. And I want to hear what he has to say. So, Cougar Duma, do come on, brother.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if I've interrupted anyone, but let him come on and say his piece.
Yeah.
Jack, what's your views on global heating, climate change?
the world is changing and transitioning in many ways, but there's been a lot of misinformation and propaganda spread throughout our society to keep the masses confused.
Right.
I think the signs are things are changing in the world. I look into, you familiar with Space Weather News or Suspicious Observers? Ben Davidson
No.
on YouTube.
No.
He's a science guy. He pays attention to, he goes through a lot of the new stuff, but his focus is on the sun, the solar energies, and the cycles of catastrophism that are evidenced in the world, in Earth's layers, right? So the way I see it, between the predictions on climate, right, the world natural changes, between that, the economic, the political stuff, this is all evidence. It's time for mankind to change how we live with one another. If we want to live, I think it's time for us to change. Because I would truly love to know the truth. I mean, I feel confident that I've navigated through a lot of BS, and I found a lot of amazing, incredible teachers. I'd love to know the truth about many different things in our modern world and in history. And I think this is the direction God is leading us, guys. We are living, if this is true, the logic and the patterns that I see, if it's true, then we are this lifetime. We have every bit of potential within us for this to be the generation, the lifetime that brings the prophecies into being, meaning the meek shall inherit the earth. The wealthy can be invited to share properly, righteously, with all those who serve their corporations, their nations. We can serve one another with love as we're designed to be, guys.
But can you demonstrate any of that? That's the problem.
Okay, here.
I know that's what they're about. So.
Well, to demonstrate love, let's together try to be present, to be with love, right?
Agreed. And I think that a lot of it starts at home. You know, there was a great philosopher in the 1980s who wrote something that went something like, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change.
Don't you dare stop. Keep going. You started this. Keep
na,
going.
Na, 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 na.
That I believe that was Michael Jackson. MD. Yeah.
No, wasn't it Lord Have Mercy? Didn't you just
PhD, MD, Sir Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was Lord Have Mercy.
This is another. I mean, if you look back, the poets, the artists, they have been telling society for so long, society, you're wrong. You're wrong about what you're doing. Change your ways. No, not all the artists and music.
No, most of the artists from like classical history were like Christians. You know, like Michelangelo. He painted the Sistine Chapel. He was a Christian. So most artists, I would say, during all of history have been
Hold on a
Christian.
second. Don't be so sure about using Michelangelo. There's evidence that he was agnostic, maybe atheist. He if you look at the Sistine Chapel, there are parts of it that are mocking the Abrahamic story. You can look that up. There's parts of it mocking Christianity. I'm sorry, but that is the case, Wildheart.
No, that's fine. I'll look that up. I honestly didn't know that. Yeah.
Well, fact check me now. See if I'm right, because I may be wrong. But that's
Okay.
as far as I'm aware.
No, I'm
that is
not
the case.
questioning it. I will look it up, but I'm
It
not
may be that
questioning
he was
it.
attacking the church rather than the
Yeah.
religion, though, which is different.
How do you spell Michelangelo? I think I got it.
We've got our Teenage Mutant Hero Turtle fan here. He should know.
Yeah, what's the question? Oh, we're talking about Lord, aren't
How do you spell Michelangelo? I think I've got it. No, I'm
Michelangelo,
not.
isn't it?
I'm not got it.
Michealo.
Right, the first thing, and I know this is AI.
Oh, it is Angelo, isn't it? A-N-G-O. Oh, no, I felt angry.
It says,
I've got the telexinia.
it says, yes, Michelangelo was that. So, sorry, I thought I was.
Social experiment. Sorry to talk
Oh,
over
you invited another narcissistic wanker on you. Sorry.
I'm on mute. I thought I was talking. It says the results
Sorry,
for
Danny, I shouldn't
Michelangelo.
have.
Please, one more time.
Yes, Michelangelo was absolutely a theist. He was a deeply religious, devout Christian rooted in the Catholic faith. Though his personal convictions were quite complex and occasional at odds with the mainstream dogma of Vatican. Yeah, I was quite willing to be wrong, but it turns
And in the
out I was
Sistine
actually
Chapel,
right.
did he do things in the painting that questioned religion? Did you look that up?
Yeah. No,
How about go ahead while you're doing that. Social experimentalist, welcome to you. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
Feeling blessed. Have you been following the earlier conversations, joining with any thoughts or feelings you want to get out?
No, but if you're theists, then as far as I'm concerned, you're devil worshippers.
Mm. And what makes you so?
Anybody who worships the force that intentionally, with knowledge, created a world which is dripping with suffering and pain and cruelty is the most sick, evil. That force is the most sick, evil force, and anybody who worships it needs their head tested. You must be an absolute nutcase. Anybody who's a theist, you must be.
And so, what is this? What is this? Please, you're welcome here, but please, your conclusion. I get why you're saying why you get, but you've just you've misled yourself. What are you not seeing? That's what I encourage you to find, because I assure you the conclusions with me are
Sorry, can we just finish off the Michelangelo debate? It says Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel frescoes sometimes clashed with strict biblical literalism and church traditions due to his inclusion of unscriptural apocrypha, Greco-Roman nudity, and subversive visual theories. So you could be right. Maybe it went against the. Yeah.
Actually, that could make sense. You know, if someone's against the oppressive doctrine of the religiosity, he might poke a little bit of fun in his art.
Yeah. But you want to ask, why do people go like this? Why do they? Like Danny here, I don't know what age you. What age are you, Jack? Roughly.
Holy shit! I'm 53.
Just I agree with everything
Danny's a little bit older than you.
No, I'm 52. Almost.
Okay.
52.
So
Sorry.
Danny's older than us, and he's saying these things. I mean, isn't it funny how it's got nothing to do? It's got nothing to do with age. Do you know? As in, like, someone can be 60 and think differently to someone who's 20.
Okay.
What does that say about all of this?
Well,
I think Danny's correct, because he preferenced with what he thought of theists, not the world, not reality. He said theists, and I agree with him, because atheists and theists alike to me. If you're non-Gnostic, you are of what that world Danny says. That's why I'm trying to release people from the demiurgic world. I know I'm from there, literally. But he's correct because he preferenced with theists. And I think theists are highly illogical people who claim good and evil are real, and they're the source of what I believe to be all destruction. So I agree with Danny, but only in that form. I don't actually agree with his methods or his solution to this. I still agree with Jack on those.
I do have a question for Danny Shine. Can you hear me, Danny?
Yep.
Regardless of your opinion on a god, I am unclear on your opinion of whether or not you think there is some type of organizer or architect to this universe or not. Like, regardless of your potential opinion on him, are you actually an atheist, or are you a theist who hates God?
I don't know. I don't really call myself anything. All I observe is that if there was a conscious, some kind of conscious, I don't know what to call it, being or something, or if this world was created, if I would have created this world,
where do you get your authority from, Danny? He's asking. Where do you
I'm not even asking where he gets his authority from. I'm asking if he believes that something created this universe or not. That's a yes.
I have no idea, and to be honest with you, I'm not.
Sorry, I know this might get me kicked, but I agree
let him
with.
Speak?
No, I agree with you. I'm saying you either do believe God exists or you do not believe God exists. That's a yes or no question.
Not really.
No, it's not.
That's
anyway,
what you just said.
I am less interested in the question of whether God, whatever that means, exists. I'm much more interested into the nature of that force, or whatever you want to call it. In other words, just to explain once again, the world is built in such a sick way. It's so twisted. It's so evil. It's so terrible. The amount of animals that are the idea. It's very simple. The idea of ouch, the idea that something can go ouch, is so terrible, and it's built into every single living being. Yeah, and some living beings go through extreme torture and terrible pain and suffering. Some humans do, and loads and loads of animals do, trillions of them, all completely pointless. And if you worship that which created that, then to me, you're just completely mad.
Okay,
he's making a point about pointless things. It's going to be more backwards.
I know, and I know his position on things, but I know you're not interested in it, Danny. So you probably don't want to get too deep into the conversation. And I'm just curious, like, mathematically speaking, what's your notion? Did we tumble into this?
I don't know. My hunch is that somehow it just developed somehow, right? It just developed, it evolved, and it just got out of hand.
Sort of like the Windows operating system just developed, sort of like that.
No, I'm not saying I don't know, and I don't really care. I'm not interested, because it make, as I said to you before, something that I learned from a guy that I used to follow and found his books very convincing at the time, which is a guy called Neil Donald Walsh, who I since don't follow anymore, right? Because I think he's a charlatan. But I think his books were very interesting to me at the time. And what he once said is not. He once said, he said it's not about whether God exists that he's interested in. It's about the nature of that force, whether that is a loving, good thing or not. Right. And to me, Danny, it's the purest, most sadistic, evil thing. If someone creates,
it's to you then. That's the ones you can live with.
1 second. If there's some force, 1 second. If there's some force that consciously created this, knowing what was going to happen, and watched it all happen, that force cannot be anything but other than the demiurge, the most sick and evil, twisted, sadistic bastard that ever existed. how
Jack,
horrible and nasty.
Danny, but Jack has been saved. Jack has had a religious experience. Jack's
Oh, God.
life was turned around by the God that he believes in. So
Yeah.
what do you say to people like that who had terrible lives, terrible experiences, and then they feel like God has saved them, made their life better?
Well, that's obviously the chap is suffering from delusions, and there are people like that.
Whoa. Hold on.
There are people like that.
I'm going to mute you because this is where I am the host, okay? And I've listened to you repeat, and you're sitting here trying to justify my delusions, my brother. How wise is it? How wise is it to condemn prior to actual investigation? Have you asked me the questions relevant to make that determination, other than just your narrowed scope? Do you not see how illogical you're behaving?
No, sorry, I can answer that.
No, I wasn't speaking
You can't because he was asking Danny Wildheart.
He was asking Danny Wildheart.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really need to hear any of your story because it's like you're not
Then
like
leave.
the first. You're not. 1 second, let me finish, please. I don't need to hear your story because it's not like you're the first religious person I've ever met.
Right.
Yeah?
Look at
It
yourself.
doesn't make any
please.
difference to
Just
me.
because
It doesn't make any difference to me what you saw.
I know
You're not the first cult
you're
leader he's met
clearly
either.
convinced and convicted that you know it all.
Jack,
But
you know what
brother-
I find interesting is you think one way, he thinks another. You think there is this God because your life was turned around. Perhaps it might be worthwhile asking why did you believed in God before Social Experimentalist?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And Jack, before
I did
in
not
your
know
past, Jack, did you believe in God and then lost faith, or were you an atheist that came to God? What way was it for you? Because Social Experimentalist is a believer who then became an atheist. Are you what about you, Jack? Sorry, I know you had that period of your life that was troublesome, but were you a non-believer that became a believer, or were you always a believer?
I called myself agnostic, and then I became a knower. I don't believe in God.
You know. You
Hallelujah.
God.
Hallelujah, Jack. I love that answer.
God. He felt God, Danny. See, this is the difference, Danny. He's saying you haven't felt God, Danny.
He has. He hasn't acknowledged. He hasn't understood it. That's all it is. Every one of us has a relationship with God, whether we want to fight against it or not. It's there. God brings.
Sorry, I don't have a relationship with God that I know of.
Right. It's hidden behind your beliefs. It's hidden behind your assumptions and your fears. And matter of fact, here, guys, please, this topic today, understanding what is within you. Okay? What is within you is the kingdom of God. The true omniscient, omnipresent nature of the true omnipresent nature of every human soul. We are here, right?
Jack, can I just interrupt?
Let me land this.
Go. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I wanted to land this
Yeah.
The kingdom of God within you, it's found in the silence and the stillness. Here with your breath in the here and now. Okay, if you allow yourself to be with love and wholeness, is that not heavenly?
No, what I was going to ask is, do you believe a relationship is like a two-way thing, not a one-way thing? I've never had any communication from God, so we can't possibly have had a relationship. You said everyone has a relationship with God, so can you just admit that you're wrong?
No. Just because you don't know how to recognize your relationship yet does not mean I'm wrong.
No. Do you agree that a relationship is a two-way experience?
Guru, please, you've been
No,
patient.
a relationship does not need to be a two-way experience. Just ask a stalker.
No,
Well, that's not a relationship.
Or maybe an absent father.
But that's not a relationship.
Sorry, Jack, that you. Lord, you twat.
But that's not a relationship.
Oh,
What I'm saying
Wildheart,
is a relationship isn't necessarily two ways.
Okay, Wildheart, I agree with you, but please,
Yeah.
what
Sorry.
inexperience is not a relationship? Anything we experience, we have a relationship through that experience.
Yeah, and I've never experienced God, therefore I don't have an experience with God.
I'm confident, actually, it's very likely that doubt may prevent you from seeing.
No doubt. You agree that a relationship is a two-way experience.
Well,
I have never had any cognitive or behavioral experiences from God. Therefore,
Guru.
it's not a two-way relationship. Therefore, it's not a relationship.
Well, I agree with you, but can I answer this for you, buddy? What if I said to you that I had this question once, and I got two ways to explain it to you. I'm going to do the really simple one first. It's not for you. It's more for other people who don't understand this. And I found a good way for me to learn in the beginning, which was this. Before you
mic a little, please. Sorry, thank you.
But before you had a word for everything outside of you that wasn't you, yeah, mum, dad.
No.
I'm asking a question. Please listen to it. I'm finished. You can't understand it if I'm finished yet, ready? Before you had all those words, I'm not saying this is God. I'm trying to get you to come from a position I'm at, so you can see what I'm saying. Yeah. Before you had all them words, what was there?
I mean, I can't remember back that far, but
what could there be?
There was nothing.
You mean outside you, none of this existed?
It did exist, but I didn't.
What was it to you? What was it called at that point? At that point, what was it all called? It hadn't been broken up and been split into different things. What was it? It was you and something, and that thing taught you everything because you learned from it. Because your parents, you didn't understand English, so you couldn't have been your parents. So how could your parents have had that relationship with you? How could they have told you things? You're not answering my question. I'm saying that from a position of nothingness, like you said.
Yeah.
How did you understand how do you understand English? What language were you speaking? I can tell you from logos, and that logos was given to you by God in what we call.
I'm trying.
All right. In the first 6 years of your life, called the formatable years, where you're like a sponge. It's not your parents or anything that teaches you anything. They haven't got no authority there. It's the free will that pushes your curiosity to things, and you learn and create awarenesses. Your parents don't know how to do that. They're idiots. They haven't got a clue how to do that. All they got a clue is if to model it possibly for you and cause you and show you how things are supposed to be performed in a narrative and story way that we create with all our, all our stuff. Right? But before that, you as a baby that didn't understand any of that, but something must have had a relationship with you for you to learn all this, because it wasn't your mum and dad, was it?
What's interesting is
nothing had a relationship.
Nothing did. You just woke up one day and you had all the answers. Well done, Wildheart. That's logic.
What's interesting is Danny had a relationship with God in the past, lost it. Jack didn't, found it, and I think there's something there. There's definitely some friction there as to why that is the case. Someone would have a relationship and lose it, someone wouldn't, and yet would find it. And Jack, why do you think that is the case? Why did social experimentalist here lose his relationship with God? If it's so profound, if it's so meaningful, if it's so powerful, this is no small question, brother. Because looking at you, there's a halo around your head. You're so happy. You feel content. It brings you peace. But Dan, for some reason, that didn't happen to social experimentalists. And why do you think that is?
My first answer and that came up and what I chuckled at is karma. karma, the past, and the effects of the past take us through our individual lives. But the other side of that, I couldn't guess, not at this point, not without better understanding the past. But truly, if someone does go from having a relationship with God to finding none, it means there was some reasons behind that, because that's typically a pretty big one for people.
Sorry.
Well, hold on. This is social experimenters. Are you still there?
Yep.
Have
What
we
do you
both
think
fallen
of
into this, guys?
Only just.
What do you think of what Jack's saying?
Well, he didn't say anything.
He said that basically something must have
karma.
happened.
Karma.
Yes, either it was karma
Yes.
or something must have happened to, like, something deeply wrong must have happened. Basically, are you saying off his own doing, Jack?
No, not necessarily, but it could. The way I view the things that I've been separated from that changed me, it was to put me on a different direction. And rejecting a religion, I mean, if you grow up with a religion, I did not. I didn't grow up with the church or the dogma or a tradition like that. So I didn't have to break away from that. But I can see, especially through the younger years, right, when we're forming, that tradition and identity becomes a big part of us. So to walk away from that takes some fortitude and strength within, and because there's sacrifices made when you walk away from a community, and that can have further repercussions. And I don't know, but what I trust and what I believe is that when we find ourselves alone and separated, especially from what we used to be, it's an opportunity to be with the infinite, to be with God, to discover what we might become.
So can I just interject? So you believe in karma? I thought you were a Christian. Doesn't karma come from Buddhism or Hinduism?
It's just a word describing things.
Yeah, so you believe in karma?
I believe in cause and effect. Actions bring reactions, and that's what karma really is.
Jack,
karma
is what he thinks karma is, please.
Oh, beautiful, please. Yeah, what do you think?
What do you think karma is? What do you think they may mean when they say karma? What's triggering in your mind? What are you building? What do you believe Jack is saying, or anybody saying, when they say the word karma?
Yeah. I think they're saying, like, the universe has a mind, and if you do bad things, then bad things happen to you, and if you do good things, that is my. I could be wrong, but that is my imagination of
yeah, that's what we want to know. That you can't be wrong on how you see it, brother. That's impossible. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I wasn't asking you for what it was. So how does Wild Heart see it? So for the rest of the panel, are we able to do this? Or for who's involved, I mean. So Jack, if you're involved, can you tell him what you actually mean by karma, or if he was any close?
Well, it is similar to that. It is the belief that one action leads to another action, and while the reactions to the actions may be separated by time, it's still a part of the principles of nature. One cause does lead to another.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I have one final version of karma before we go on Wild Hearts, because I see karma different to you all, but actually the same. Karma to me is just the mapping of how we see balance through flux. When something negative happens here, for everything to be in flow and neutrality, there always has to be a yin for the yang. So it's just a balance that we, as pattern recognizing beings, see and go, oh, look, that's karma, because we see the pattern unfolding. And it's one of those universal patterns that happens everywhere that makes everything go round. That's what everything's based on. So when we see karma in a narrative form, through our subjective, like Danny would call it, demiurgic systems that we create called the narrative or the matrix or whatever word you got, we call it karma, because we see a pattern unfolding and we go, what goes around comes around, because it's happening everywhere in different forms. And in this one narrative form, we use the word karma. So from my perspective, that's a real situation thing. But I don't believe, like, not what you said, what you think other people mean. And I get you, because I think other people mean this as well when they think it's a supernatural force of things. But no, I don't think that. I just think for me, it's just the logical order of things that show.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I just raise something else here, which is really interesting, and this I find this fascinating. That God brings Jack so much joy. The thought of God, the feeling of of being in unison with God. But the thought of God makes social experimentalists recoil. It makes them feel sad, angry. And Jack, how do you reconcile that? That this all-powerful being can have such different outcomes depending on who is thinking of it. I mean, it is remarkable, isn't it?
It's kind of tied to your earlier question. My answer is kind of tied to your earlier question, but it is a mystery how one thing can be received and understood by so many others so differently. But to me, that's part of the mysterious aspect of God and life. And really, it's through one we know the other. Without the two, we would know nothing, right?
You say mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, if from a factual perspective, what can we say life is? I mean, it's not all a mystery.
Well,
I mean, look, mystery is sometimes a type of story. It's a narrative. It's a thing that doesn't have, it has let's just say an element of suspense, an element of the unknown. But with life, there is an arc, a narrative to it. There's a definite beginning, a middle, and end. And Jack, let's be honest, if we are to judge the story by its ending here on planet Earth, it's not a very nice story. People die, and they die horrifically most of the time. So I want to remind people of that, the story of life is a sad one. Now, I'm not taken away from the spirituality.
Excuse me.
Taken away from your
saying that it's sad. Saying that it's sad is an understatement. Please. It's
look, I want to say something else here. What I'm saying isn't heretical to Christianity. Isn't outside the scope of all the major world religions. So every major world religion says we are either in a fallen state, and this world is the principality of Satan, or life is fundamentally suffering, as the Buddhists would say, and the Hindus would go. I reckon would go there as well. And we have to get the hell out of here. Spiritually speaking, this is not our home. Heaven is not on earth. Jack, you feel that this world is good enough. It is the place to be. Ultimately, this is where it's at. And in your long-term vision is to make a heaven on earth.
Can I ask a question? Can you have mystery without novelty?
Whoa, that's a brand new. Can I just kind of clear up my problem with Jack saying that karma exists? I thought karma came from a different.
Jack says. I want to hear what Jack says. This is really Jack's show, all right?
But Jack, I thought karma came.
I asked him a question, Wildheart. For fuck's sake.
Well,
Jack.
let him jump out. Let him get his answer out, and then we can get back to where we were at.
Okay,
no, Jack, carry on. Sorry, I apologize.
No,
it's more about Jack, because I feel that in most religions, in all religions, I feel, except for the Jehovah's Witnesses, who believe that a certain amount of people will be saved and there will be literal heaven on earth. Most religions say that this is just a temporary phase. This is a shit phase, but the real good place is the spiritual realm. So I just find it interesting, Jack, that you seem to think that things are going to get better here and things are going to become utopic, when in actual fact, all the religions say otherwise. Christianity, every single one of them says this world is going to go down the pan. We're going to get to a stage where it's going to be Sodom and Gomorrah again. It's going to be the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
It's
going to hit the fan.
It is.
If you think it's bad now, you wait and see what's going to happen.
It is now.
So
No.
what
D
I'm
and
asking
W.
is, yeah.
That dark time you're talking about is right now.
Wait.
And that also
Jack,
means...
if I said both of you correct, would you be interested?
Sure, go ahead.
You're correct. I agree with you, in my opinion, that it started now. But I also agree with D&W that it's going to get worse.
I really
I don't
wish
know.
you guys
I'm
would
just
consider
giving
the
the
goals
kind of
that I have. Can you please think about what I'm literally saying, suggesting we can do?
I didn't say we didn't have potential not to stop it, Jack.
These guys are still talking? Wow.
It just felt like I was being strawmanned then, and I wasn't what I was saying. I just want to apologize. I don't mean that. I just meant that that's what I was saying. I was just saying I agree that you said this is now the dark times. I agree, but it's going to get darker. Now, if that's what you were saying, I apologize. I thought you weren't. I was thought I'd clear something up.
No, that's what I was saying. All the religions say it's going to get darker, but Jack, and I want to go to Jack's belief system and see how he contends with that.
As I've said, if we accept the truth of who we are free. We are with God. We have the ability and freedom to do anything we want. So does anyone besides, I know I'm not alone. I want to connect with others who want to find a way to interrupt this sick games that are continuing to get worse, right? We see it's getting worse. Let's do something about what we see.
No, do you think we can beat the biblical revelation? Hold on. Do you think we as mere mortals can beat the biblical revelation, the spiritual, storyline that is this world's going to go to shit? And that's what I'm getting to. Can we? Yeah. Are our hopes and dreams for this world, delusional? If you believe in the Abrahamic version of events, well, maybe your hopes and aspirations for the world are delusional, and maybe you should be thinking more about the spiritual realm, because you, me, all of us cannot save the world if you believe the Abrahamic version of events. Only the Messiah can.
Yes, that's true. I can.
With us. Let's trust he's here.
Gracie thinks he's the Messiah. Sorry, go ahead, Gracie.
No, I don't think I'm the Messiah. I think we are.
Yes, it is we. Those of us who align with the Christic, align with God, align with truth, align with love. We are the fruit sent forth into this world. We can grow how we want. We can draw up all the bitterness and the suffering of the world and make sure that that's the path we end up with. Or we can recognize, yes, life can be unfair. Yes, there is some sick and unnecessary suffering that's being experienced and lived out right now, here, today. And it's just away from us, but we're not dumb. We know there's suffering in the world, but at the same time, who's going to change the world if not the people?
Jack, can I ask you a question? Me being an atheist, as you know I am. So do you think that you have the right point of view and I have the wrong point of view? So you are for all good and for Jesus coming back and God, whatever.
Before Jack answers, I think you got the incorrect and I got the correct, not right and wrong. But go on, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually get to finish my question, but that's fine. You interrupted me, motherfucker.
Yeah. That's what they do. That's what they do. Comes next.
That was the question. You had more to that question?
Was...
Yeah, I didn't actually get to finish it.
What? Finish it, brother.
Right. So, Jack, you think that all people that believe in Christ and believe in the Bible, all people that are Christians basically have the right view, and all people like me who are atheists don't have the right view. So, what should happen to us?
I'm not making any claims that any group has the right answers. I suggest that individually, there's a lot of people in our world today who do walk and live and speak the truth. Now, at one point,
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to shout or be rude or anything. But
Guys, can I just check you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. But can you describe the truth? Can you give a definition for the truth?
What is the reason? What do you not understand for yourself?
The truth. What do you mean when you say some people in the world have the truth and some people don't? What do you mean by the truth? What is the truth?
Wildheart, I think you're overcomplicating this, or else I got lost in where we were, because I thought you were the one who brought up that correct versus incorrect. Now, at some point, I mean, once I started seeing the evidence for God and my mind saw the obvious, it's like,
wow, no, you can't. Sorry, you can't claim the obvious because it's not obvious to me.
right,
That's
and that's on you. Your claim,
That's your
right,
fault,
it
Wildheart.
is.
That's
And
all your fault.
Wildheart,
Yeah.
well, can you hear my words?
But
Can you
he
hear
thought
Wildheart, listen to the words within the context of what I stated.
okay.
As I started to see the evidence, right, more and more and more and more of it started piling up. And it was at some point I was like, holy shit. How could I
Right.
not?
Can I rudely interrupt you? Because I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you to be rude or anything. But as soon as we don't disagree on something, I have to pick you up on it.
No, you don't.
So when you start to see all the evidence, can you give me one point of evidence that concludes that there is a God?
I've given many, but here, I tried to get you into the experience of being.
No, it's not.
No, that is the guru, please. If
yeah, sure. You want evidence of God because Jack has had subjective experiences that have led him his path to a relationship with God, because relationship is two-way, so subjectively amount. And you want us to put an objective label on this for you to see this. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, yeah. Why do you want that?
Because I don't have Jack's subjective experience.
I get the reasoning, but why do you even need to know that?
Because then I won't know whether God exists or not.
Yeah, but why does that tell you it?
Because that's how logic works.
Why does logic work? What makes logic work? I'm going to get you there. Don't worry, it's almost there. We're almost there. Why does logic work?
I think logic is objective. A cannot be not A.
Yeah, all you've just told me is you've used another word you've said is objective. What do you mean by objective then?
Objective means not subject to a mind.
That doesn't tell me what objective means.
Yeah, it does. Objective.
I'll tell you what it means to me. Telling me what its opposite is doesn't tell me what it is. Can you give me a definition of the word objective? And if it's the opposite of subjective, you've just created a circle of definitions, sir, which is the same logic you're using against Jack right now. So, Wildheart, it's a simple question.
Yeah.
I'm going to use your logic against you because you're doing it to Jack and it's ignorant. So I'm doing it to show you how ignorant it is. So I'm not doing it to hurt you. I'm just saying this.
No, that's fine.
You can't just claim the opposite explains it to me. That's ignorant. No, it doesn't. Right? Just like you just said to Jack. So it doesn't explain that. So can you tell me what objective is?
Right. My definition of subjective is subject to a mind. My definition of wait. Let me finish. My definition of objective is not subject to a mind.
That still doesn't do anything. That's an illogical circle of fallacy, brother. Everybody, I don't want anybody, he doesn't understand this. That's okay. All you're doing is telling me A is A because it's not B. That doesn't tell me what A is. Wildheart, you understand? You're in a circle right now. Tell me what the word objective means without using subjective.
Objective means not subject to a mind.
No, listen. Tell me what it means without using the word subjective.
I didn't use the word subjective. Not subject. Not subject. Listen.
Yeah.
Not subject to a mind. I didn't use the word subjective.
What is that, though? What is it? What is not subjective to a mind? What are you
It
talking
means
about?
it's true. It's
I know what it
true no
means, but
matter
what
you
is
think
it? Listen to what I'm asking.
means
Not what
it's-
it means. What
It
is
means
it?
it.
Please,
Not what it
please,
means. What
let's
is it?
let's slow down. Let's slow down.
What's the,
We'll see.
go on.
Can this help, perhaps, Wildheart?
Oh,
Objective, based
Oh,
on
sorry.
verifiable facts.
Oh, can you make it
Unbiased.
bigger though? Because I can't see it.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll do this. Oops.
Right. Can I point something out to make this quick so you guys know where I'm coming from, just so you can help me and I can let other people talk about this? If objective is based on viable facts, then there must be an authority before it for you to verify. Wait there, I haven't finished. Wildheart, you've done this to everybody else. You can wait now. I haven't finished. However, we call that absolute truth, don't we? And yet we can't prove it to be real. The only reason it's real is because it's a paradox.
Where do you get the other mind from? Objective means based on verifiable facts, data, and evidence. It is unbiased and remains true regardless of who is observing it. That is objective. Subjective is based on personal feelings, opinions, interpretations, and individual experiences. It varies from person to person. That is exactly what I've just fucking said.
Well, I'll explain that's not what you'd exactly said at all. That's probably what you meant. But if I say to you, how can objective be based on everything without a standard principle to base it upon? You need a first principle, surely. Is that true or not to you, Wildheart?
For objective, yes.
Yeah, you still need a first principle, don't you? What is that first principle? We call it the truth. What is, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's God.
That's God. So God is the first truth.
Yes, and only truth. Everything else is not real. God is the only thing that's real. All else is permitted by it. You're not real. Nothing is real. The only thing you can call real is God. Because now listen. So what we're saying is the thing you're using to prove everything else is real is God.
Yeah.
The first
So
principle, the why that doesn't need a why. So unless
let me reply. Shush.
Sorry.
Shush.
I'm getting excited. Sorry.
Right. So you're one of those people that believes that everything exists in God's mind. The actual real,
I'm one of
the actual universe doesn't exist.
Well, I understand your question. No, that's not what I said. I said I'm one of those people that believe truth is the center of all things, and we should stem towards it because it's the ultimate authority. It helps us see love and everything else. I'm finished. That thing called truth, the ultimate truth, no one can prove exists, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can't prove that God exists.
No, I said ultimate truth. It cannot be proven it exists, except for the fact if we take it away, all else falls apart because we've got no first cause to base it upon, no first principle. Is this true to you?
No, but if you're saying that no one can prove that ultimate truth exists, and
that's why we call it God. Yeah, only
wait! I hadn't fucking finished.
I apologize.
Sorry.
No, I apologize. I was rude. Yeah, I got it. I was rude.
I'm sorry. Right. So you're describing. Would you say that God is ultimate truth?
Yes, in a sense.
And you just said that ultimate truth doesn't exist.
No, I said we can't prove it exists without taking it. If we take it away,
so
all else falls apart. So it's the one thing we accept to be true without proving it.
Right. So we can't prove that God exists.
We can by the fact if we remove it, nothing does.
Let me ask a question, Wildheart. Does the truth need to be proven? Objectively, does the truth have any requirement to provide proof to anyone?
No.
Right. It exists.
It exists, yeah.
Yeah, it exists.
Then that's the same thing.
But that's the same thing.
You accept one, but you don't accept the other one.
Wait. Let him reply, please.
What I'm trying to say, whether something exists or not is different whether you have justification for believing that it exists.
But do you have justification for believing truth
If
exists?
ultimate justice can't be proven, can't
It
be
can in truth.
justified, then even if it does exist,
Yeah, well,
then you
you're
don't
using
have
it right now. You're using it right now. How can you use it and say it doesn't exist? You're using it as an
I'm
authority
not
to say
saying it
your
doesn't
truth.
exist.
Then you're
That's not
saying
what
it
I
does
said.
exist, then, you? Because you told everybody earlier
No.
on, and everybody heard you.
Okay.
Wildheart screamed
Wait.
into this mic. He said, either God is or isn't. I don't understand it. But now you seem to understand it. That's weird, isn't
No.
it? Now you're not saying it. So if you're not saying it doesn't exist, then by your logic, it does exist because that's what you told everybody else earlier on. Is that true?
No,
You didn't say that.
don't
Okay.
know.
I
I don't know. I don't know is the middle answer. Whether you can
You
prove
didn't
something
accept that
on
from others. Or...
whether something exists.
Wildheart. Wildheart.
Can I just have 60 seconds, please, to try and explain this?
And then Austin, please. Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Welcome, Austin. Good to see you.
Hello.
Whether something exists or not is one question. Whether you believe that something exists or not is a different question. Whether we have justification for believing something exists or not is a different question from whether something actually exists or not.
Do you exist or not?
There's the question. And why do you think you do? If you do.
Is it a belief? Do you know you exist?
No, that's a great question, actually.
Right.
It leads to the next one.
I think that I exist.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
Right. But that's just it. We think a lot of things. The things we think aren't necessarily real. It's the objective truth, the supreme truth, the first principle that allows truth, right?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about with God.
Right. So Jack, what is your first principle that allows truth?
I'm sorry.
What is that? What is your first principle that allows truth?
Well, the truth is that which is real.
Yeah,
right.
I agree. Yeah.
So to know what is real, you got to be curious, right? The first part of our growth and development. You don't have to be curious to know anything. You want to argue that?
How did you do it? I didn't have curiosity.
That's what I'm saying. Something. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Something is either true or not true. What?
Not maybe. You just said just now. Not maybe.
Whoa! Can I finish my fucking sentence?
Finish this thought, please. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Something's either true or not true, you were saying.
Something is either true or not true. What you believe about that is a different matter.
Yes.
God either exists or he doesn't exist. What I believe about that is a different. Whether I believe it exists or it doesn't exist is a different matter. Can we just address one point at once?
Well, you're the one who's not convinced that God exists. I am.
Yeah. Why are you convinced that God exists?
Well, it kind of swings back to that question that Austin was asking. I mean, in my real life, I got rejected. I became separated from every relationship I had. Right?
No, your personal. Sorry, I'll go now. Your personal testimony doesn't matter. God either exists or he doesn't exist. You have nothing to do in the matter. So evidence?
Wildheart.
So what evidence? What evidence?
I didn't get to the point. Okay. So.
Can you understand my premises though?
Well, how about this? When I started looking at the signs around me and it looked like I no longer existed, I started questioning, do I exist? And Wildheart, when you start to look at who is the you that you think exists, you might find God.
Yeah, but I asked what demonstrates that God exists, and you give me your personal testimony.
Wild heart. It's yes, and this is my honest testimony. If you have questions about me, I'm happy to further explain.
No, I'm saying,
but if you just want to doubt,
you're not understanding me. Your personal testimony doesn't matter. God either exists or
Exactly, dude.
Wait!
Wild heart.
Wait!
It doesn't. No, you wait.
Fucking it.
I interrupted you. Calm down, dude. You're sitting here telling me that my personal testimony has no relevance to you in this conversation I'm trying to have with you. Pull your head out of your ass and don't be so rude.
I'm sorry. I apologize if I was rude.
Maybe, sorry, Wildheart, but maybe you've taken up enough time, and it's time to move on to somebody else, like let's say Austin. You know, is that okay with you, Wildheart, or do you need more attention? Okay, thank you.
That's fine.
I actually appreciate that. Where did the dogs go, man?
Down here in the creek.
Bring it up.
Running around. Yeah, I didn't really have anything to say specifically. I came up because I heard Crazy Guru. He was saying, he described either God is everything or he's nothing. And then that got me thinking, well, they say that a lot in AA, obviously. So, but that got me thinking. And then, yeah, I just wanted to come up and kind of contribute a little bit. But
glad you did. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Austin, by the way. And I apologize for taking over. Yeah.
Austin, that was actually very similar to my first. When I was 38, I had a psychological breakdown because from 33 to 38, I was losing the grip of reality. You know, things are moving on. I just didn't understand it as much. And I built my life back up since then, and I figured out I just had a different form of IQ that operates different. So instead of creating one persona, I managed to create 4 of them. And I wasn't able to operate in any other way. So a normal, typical ego being programmed into me caused psychological issues at a later age that even people like D&W have witnessed when I've tried to go back into that old forms. And so when I first came to this practice of trying to understand a first principle by what the frick it was all based upon, I actually worked with colors. And you reminded me of it when you I said, I closed my head because I realized you were simplifying it. And why I'm not speaking is because Jack is telling me I'm missing the spiritual point. He's correct in lots of things I'm learning from him. And I think your spiritual point linked to when I first started mapping what I was going to build God to start with. Really simple forms as a child. White, black, and when I put them together, what do I get?
Great.
And then that you see is Crazy Guru. And then when I realized what that meant, all the sole purposes of all things, right to the source of my consciousness, like what was my first form? It was curiosity. I had to be curious, surely. Now, I can say before that, there was a thing that wasn't me that was driving that, a driving force in all things us Gnostics refer to as the Christic spark, which is just a force that pushes us towards that, which is natural in all things. We didn't make it up. We just observed it. And it seems to be a force that's not us, but is everything in every single thing that is, and at its core, at its center. But you know what I mean? When we visualize things like Wildheart is explaining subjectively, we often see like an orb from its center point to its thing, which is not really, it's just one thing. But that's how we subjectively see things. That's why we're going for the subjective, objective sort of connotation. And from there, I built from there, obviously, and it got more and more complex as my was building, because I'd lost my ego. It broken. I lost it. It's gone. I didn't trust it anymore, and I built my own characters to build within my systems that made me. Now, one of them happened to be a hole for a while, and I had to accept a demon in because there was no room for anything else, and yet we had loads of room. So we accepted him in. His name is Sabaf, or you know him as Crazy Guru, the act, and I finally found a fool named Jack who's willing to love me as much of a demon as I am to his little angel act he's over there. But I believe, like he says, we'll meet in the middle one day and we'll create something great if I can listen to him and him listen to me. But it's also about us all listening together, I would say, which again brings us to a central point, which often Jack refers to as also love.
Well, and through love and the greatest truth, there is a unity. There's a oneness and a wholeness that's found in the truth. It's found in love. Yeah, despite our divisions, there's still a unifying force in the truth, because the truth is the power.
Jack, I have a playful way to describe what you say in a minute. Will you correct that for?
Please do.
It's like this. I see all these things like truth, love, all these first principle soul things that are in me and yet outside me and yet not me, but are me all at the same time. And when I do, like Lego bricks or something, I go, wait, I can see God. The moment I start putting all these bricks together, I start building something beyond all things cosmic in a mind that had the ability to do so all along. And in that moment, I started waking up. And that awakening is never going to end until I pass away from this earth. And just like Noah said, I hope I can build an objective arc based on no contradictions within me, so that my soul and spirit that I believe is within me, because that's what I think I'm resonating from now, will have an opportunity to go into the next dimension rather than the samsara wheel of starting again from fresh. And if I do start again from fresh because I failed, at least want to leave a great mark on this world to say I'm coming back to greater times and a possible future. If anything else, it's just dead, and who cares? But I can't see any other way, so I like to live for those two things, because why would I live for blackness and nothingness if life is so wonderful? I'm going to live for the best version of death, which is either I go back, and I hopefully go back to something I pray is going to be a greater future than what I'm seeing at the moment, which is another story. And if it's not, if I do manage to create a fully objective, denitive operation gnosis system within me that's able to withstand death and go on to an objective plane as an objective being, I hope that's true. If not, oh well. What else I gotta lose? I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that.
Are you done now? Are you finished? Have you finished?
Not really, but that sounds highly narcissistic. You hurt? Did I hurt you?
Thank you.
You sound really hurt, friend. Have I hurt you?
Wow, just by asking a question. Wow.
Well, no, it's the attitude in which you're asking the question. It's the attitude. I'm hearing the tone. I don't know questions. I love questions. It's the tone. I listen to tones, and your tone when you speak isn't like that. That was narcissistically jibey. Like,
have you finished
now? Yeah, why did you say that? Why was that question relevant?
Have you finished now, or?
Now your tone has changed. That tone I like. Yeah, I have finished now, thank you, sir.
I'm done. I'm done now.
Why are you done if I'm incorrect? I apologize. That tone was lovely. I appreciate that.
Any other thoughts on the idea of understanding what is within you?
That would mean that God is evil, right, Jack? Because if man is good and evil, God created man. God created evil. Evil is within God. Therefore, evil. Yeah, God is evil.
Yeah, sorry, what? 5 seconds.
I mean, I followed the bouncing ball pretty well there.
Yeah, no, you did. But
I agree with you in one aspect.
I just want to point out that the Bible does say that God created evil. Sorry, but you were quite correct in what you said. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the demiurge did create evil. Just not the fake God created evil. Yes, you're correct.
Why would God create a fake God?
He didn't create a fake God.
Why do people create fake personas?
It's not real. Do you see? It wasn't created. It's fake.
Right. It's
so evil is fake. So evil doesn't exist.
No, evil doesn't exist. No.
Okay.
Do you think evil exists? To me, that's
I think if someone internally wants to murder a baby and torture it, I think if internally they want that feeling from inside, that feeling came from somewhere else, from their creator. So that creator you're basically a conduit of that evil. Right?
It's a traumatic God seen in subjective narrative. It's a sinful God because it's a psychological blindness placed upon us because we believe subjective internal narratives, and that God isn't real, it's fake. It's called the demiurge, and it's created from the languages we create, which are natural. But if we listen to Logos, the truth narrative that teaches us logic and everything like that, that comes from a different God called the monad. So there are two gods, one is real and one is fake. So I'm with you, brother, but not on the other way.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on the God is logic thing.
Well, Christ is logic, but God is logos.
So I have a question. So you're not a Christian?
Me or Dustin?
Yeah, you.
Crazy? Not necessarily. I'm a Healers Gnostic. I formed my own religion and order, and now I'm going to release it to the world soon. But Wild Heart, I'm going to give it to you before anybody else, so you can test it for me, brother, and tell me whether it's incorrect.
Yeah,
I'm happy to do so.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just.
It's a Gnostic. So,
yeah. Sorry. I was just going to ask, like, if you're a Christian, Christians believe there's only one God. So you're saying there's two gods?
No, that's Judean Christians, brother. Judean Christians. See, you're
Yeah.
People haven't taught you. Judean Christian is a form of Christianhood that puts Judean moral principles first, good and evil, which corrupts the whole religious aspect. Christ never believed in good and evil. That was his whole point. Think of every single teaching and show how he rebelled against evil and the demiurge and told you, no, you need Christic moral firmship, which is around a triune trinity of love.
Hey, Jack, I got to get to an AA meeting. I'm out of here. Good seeing you guys.
Hey,
Good talk. Good talk.
That's awesome. You're going to AA, by the way, but I love that kind of love and courage. I've had to do stuff like that as well. So good on you, brother, and good luck, yeah?
All right. Thank you. See you, Jack.
See you, Austin. Thank you for swinging through. I never really got a chance to answer his question he asked me. But I think it may have been answered through others. To me, God is everything. Everything includes everything. We're made in the likeness of that. We are, in many ways, everything.
So you will believe that God created evil? Do you believe that evil exists?
I think that's a new Jack.
Yes. I believe that there are those who move with evil and cruel intentions because they believe that that's what they're here to do.
So God created evil. You believe that God created evil?
Well, sure. God created everything as it was written. Everything. God created the good and the evil. The rain falls upon the righteous as well as the sick and the cruel, right? The evil.
Right. So you believe that the 30 million babies that die every day from starvation?
Wild Heart.
Every year. Sorry.
Right. Oh, no. Life is horrible. Babies die. Bad things happen. Oh, it's miserable. This is just hell. There's nothing good here. We shouldn't even believe in anything.
I like this, Jack.
Come on, Wild Heart.
No, I'm just asking. It's just simple. It's a simple question. So you believe that God created evil?
I'm done entertaining your questions. You've dominated this whole stream today, okay, brother? Your doubts. We've been very patient, offering many answers, many different perspectives, but it's over 2 hours. I think maybe my patience might have left me. And I don't mean to be that way. Not with
Jack,
you.
Can I ask Wildheart if he understands how to steel man someone's position? Because maybe that would be a good.
I think that's useless, Crazy Guru. Don't you think so? I mean,
no, it's a helpful thing to understand. If he knows how, it might be helpful.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. I think Wildheart is too inebriated to actually make sense of it.
I've got to point this out because I did for DNW on. You're doing the same cruel thing narcissists do. There's no evidence of that whatsoever. You're just making an assertion that's illogical, sir, and it's cruel. Please stop doing that. It's a show of love.
Oh, thank you, Crazy.
Thank you for the advice. But
well, it is advice as well.
Jack, if you want to retire, we can. I'll keep going for a little bit if anybody wants to hop on.
Please do. I've got a set to raid over to you. You're going to keep going, right?
I've never done that before, Jack, so that should be interesting.
We'll give it a try today.
Yeah, that'll be brilliant.
And good to see you, man. I recognize your voice, but I don't recognize Roy.
All right.
I recognize your voice. I know you. Yeah.
I mean, why can't I say that you are too inebriated? I can't say that. I will say that.
You haven't said
that. You didn't ask any questions, though. You kind of assumed.
Yeah. Yes. Do you think that's ignorant? Foy, can I ask you, do you think it's ignorant when people do that? They just assume things and say, nah, you won't because this way, rather than going, I'll wait until they fail. The question was, do you think it's ignorant or not?
I've known Wildheart for a couple of years.
That doesn't answer my question, Foy. You're ignoring me. I said, do you think it's ignorant or not?
How about
yes or no? Oh, rude. Yeah. Do you think it's rude? That's okay. Yeah. Ignorance is harsh for some people, isn't it? I'm structural. Sorry. Ignorant can be derogatory sometimes. I didn't mean that. Thank you, Jack. Rude. Do you think it's rude to do that? Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it.
To do what? To
assume something you don't actually know and claim it
No,
to be
I don't
true.
think. No, I don't think that's rude. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
you apparently.
I don't believe the crowd is going to agree with you. I think many people are going to tell you, no, that's rude. We don't like it. Well, dude, guess what I'm going to say? Ready? Watch this. Ready? Guys,
I'm not
Voi's
impressed.
an idiot.
I'm not
Voi's an
impressed.
idiot. He doesn't
I'm not
actually understand
really
all this. Until
impressed by
tomorrow,
your-
Voi
by-
is
by
going
the
to do
way that you
something,
try to
and he's
impress
more. Yeah, Voi.
But
If I did it to
try
you,
again.
you wouldn't like it. So can we not
Yeah.
do it, Wild Heart? I don't like it. It's unfair. Just
Yeah.
because Wild Heart's a little different to all of
Thank
us,
you.
like I am, I don't appreciate it when people
Thank
come
you
in
for
here and
your
make
opinion.
assumptions.
Thank you for your
They're
opinion.
not opinions, they're observations. The ignorance of you to claim an opinion, though, without actually. Why are they opinions anyway? That's interesting for me.
So you like to talk over people a lot, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed.
Jack, I'm going to leave as to not cause any more problems, but thank you very much.
Cause a problem. You know what, Wildheart, please. It's been a while since we've seen each other. I'm grateful you returned. It really is. It's good to see you again. And I do appreciate you, although your doubts have frustrated me. What's that, DMW?
He doesn't have to leave. He can come over if he wants to.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, I was just on. Yeah.
Head over that way, brother. And thank you for swinging through. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot it was the NW channel because he's not in top left. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was your channel. But thank you very much for having me on the NW. It's always good to see you. And Crazy Guru, yeah, always good to see you. And everyone else.
Lovely to talk to you, brother.
All right. Respect. Thank you for swinging through.
Jack, if I just say, if you don't mind, because it's off your show, if I can give you permission, I will reach out to Wildheart now because he's given me his contacts, and I'll see if me and Wildheart can have one-to-one to see if we can learn some steelman practices to combat his strawman practices. Because I do like having an individual that's going to question everything, because that's my bag.
He's not hard to defeat in his. All you have to do is Sorry, I'm a little low energy today. I got a little cold, but
that's cool.
Does anybody who's familiar with the scientific method? Everyone, right? I'm assuming everyone's pretty familiar with it.
To a simple principle and universal definition of it, yes.
Within the scientific method, there is something called appeal to the best explanatory hypothesis.
Yes, it is. Why is that?
Because again, that it correlates to the what is it called? No, it's the visual it's the in other words, you look at something and it doesn't act in stasis. It doesn't act as it normally does. Okay,
can I just say, if I can just say, because I can follow you, and I think I can get you back on track, is I get what you're saying. You're giving a theoretical, right? No, I get it now. Sorry, I know.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Let me explain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Let me explain real quick. Okay, we appeal to the best explanatory hypothesis because nothing we ever see or analyze is ever acting in its normal state.
Flux, yeah?
It's a type of flux. There's a space-time continuum flux, yes, but there's also
I mean principle, structure.
It's called the visual paradox.
No, these are formal flux. I get you. You're formalizing flux.
Hold on.
No, because that's not what I asked. Sorry, brother. I get it. That's not what I asked. That's all. Because it's difficult for me, bro. Sorry. The question I'm asking is flux as a universal principle of change. Change is still another word for flux and everything like that. You're talking about the same phenomena, yeah? First principle phenomena.
No. We're not talking about the substance changing.
Okay.
No. We're identifying that molecules actually appear and disappear in random states throughout the universe. Like literal.
The method.
Can I explain?
Yeah, I'm just making sure you mean method.
No.
No, okay.
So, you gotta literally just settle down.
Me asking this now tells you how I'm confused, so you can help it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're confused because you're asking instead of listening. You need to listen.
No, it's not. It's because I don't know which direction to go in.
let him try to see
Right,
where
and
he
then I
lands.
will wait because I can't understand what he's saying. How
So
can I
you don't
listen?
under-
If I
you don't
can't- my guys
understand
tell
that.
you,
Tell
you're
you
removing
what,
my ability to
Guru.
listen.
Guru, how about let him see, right? Let him get through it. Make a note of anything that
I
doesn't
can't
make
do
sense.
that. I don't know how to do that. Jack, it's impossible for me to do that.
Pretend he's speaking to me so I can hear what he's saying without being interrupted.
All right, so you want me to walk away so I'm not getting interrupted, yeah? I can't. Me walking away or this path is the same outcome for me. There's no other outcome.
No, you're autistic and you need to take medication to settle down.
Thank you. Yes, I do. But that medication, it is correct. And yet you're saying, because I'm autistic, you can't give me the fucking time of day to communicate with me, you ignorant prick.
Can we
There's no
please
communicating.
I need a different form of communication to listen to you, or I have to walk away. It's that simple. Which one do you want me to do?
pause?
Walk away and
I
walk
can't do
away and
anything
settle
else,
down.
Jack.
Walk away and settle down.
Take a breath. It's time to take a breath. And if you got to walk away, thank you, Carl.
That's crazy mania, Jack. Anyways, it's been observed and it's been documented that subatomic particles appear and disappear at random places throughout the universe. Okay? And because we can't track where everything is going to be, wherever it is, and how it functions in every second that we're observing it, we have to appeal to the best explanatory hypothesis with the information we have. Is that confined enough for my hypothesis, Jack?
I felt I got it.
Is that like Occam's razor?
It's not a hard concept to understand if you're not manic.
Well, it's just using it in a way. In a way, it's a scientific application of faith, is it not?
Yes, because we don't know everything.
Yeah, and that's
we have
how
to
our
appeal to what our best understanding of things are, and that's how we understand God. Our human brains are these mushy, small little things that can't understand. I mean, Jack, we have capacities in our minds of how much information we can process, retain, all that kind of stuff, right? And so why would we think that our small, puny, biological, squishy brains are meant to understand this, Jack? Like, our intuitions are completely opposite from how the universe acts. Like, that's why we can't appeal to our own brains and our own intuitions and stuff.
I disagree there. I do. We've got another guest here in the back. I was really planning on starting to wrap up. Objective Ethics, DMW, you familiar?
Yeah, always awesome. Always man.
Okay.
And he doesn't take shit. He tells me off, but always awesome.
Okay.
You guys are going to shut it. You're going to shut it down? Well, I'm actually at work right now, but I just this conversation was kind of driving me crazy. So let me take one quick minute, and then you guys can shut it down. But just on first principles, I think we're having a problem with coming to really solid first principles. I think the first principle is simply that nothing can't exist. That's got to be your first principle. Everything else is downstream from that. Your second principle is going to be that I'm having an experience. I can't even say that you guys are, but I know that I'm having experience, but I don't know what that experience is. And your third principle from there is that reality seems to comport to mathematics and logic. Everything else you can build up from there. So these God concepts are just really just downstream from
that was a God concept, though. You just gave a God concept.
No.
It was.
No,
You're
I
just
didn't.
ignoring it.
No, I didn't. You can call it God if you want to, brother, because that's your subjective
And you
opinion.
can ignore calling it God
welcome
because
to
that's your
that.
subjective opinion also. But I'm giving an objective mapping, brother.
No, I
You're
gave
ignoring. I've done the work.
objective
Have you read my
principles.
work? Have you read my work that I gave to you? Because it's ignorant.
No, but I gave objective
Then
first
you can't
principles
shut
that
up.
don't include God.
Guru, I'm muting
You've been doing it
you.
for months, brother, and you've ignored
Guru,
it. It's ignorant,
please.
and you can't. No, because he's an ignorant prick.
Guru, I'm wrapping up. I'm trying to wrap up here. Please, you can engage in an argument later. Can you
You're
not?
an ignorant prick, and that's the truth.
That's fair enough.
I didn't hear, but Trexty,
No, I think he's calling me names, which is fine. He's welcome to do that. I'm not trying to be mean to the brother.
No, I'm going to.
Yeah, I care about Drew like everybody else.
Give me your X handle. Give me your X handle and I'll shut up. Your X handle.
My X handle? I don't even know. I don't have it memorized. I don't even use it. I have X. I don't have it memorized. I don't use it. It's probably something about objective
Let
essence.
me get a Discord handle then, so I can send you the paperwork.
You've got my Discord. You sent me messages.
Because it gives you falsifiable things that you like, and when you refute it, I will then come on you with Jack, and I'll apologize to you. I promise you.
Well, I just, if you can refute what I just said, then go ahead and do it real quick. But you're saying that it's God.
I will do it in time. I will do it in time. I will refute what you said. I will do that for you. Will you do mine as well?
I look forward to it.
Yeah,
I already have. If it doesn't include what I just said, then I've already refuted it. You've got three principles. The first principle is that nothing can
objective ethics. I'm telling you, I will take the transcript tomorrow and I will refute it for you in time. Can you do the same for me with my work? Yes or no?
Tell you what, I don't want to be rude, but I'm about to be rude. How many times do I have to share? Does anyone care that what I want?
Yes, I do.
Please
wrap up? You're Master Splinter. Kick these pieces of shit out of here.
I'm only asking OE if he'll do the same thing he's asking me to do. That's all, and he won't answer.
Thank you, Guru. Any final words, please?
You want me to go first or last?
Jack,
tell me when to go, Jack.
Oh,
all right, I'll go
ahead,
first
brother.
to get out of your hair. Wow, that was a real shot up the autistic mountain. But Jack, I think, as I said, you're Master Splinter, and you need to teach these turtles. You need to teach these turtles on how to think and how to love and how to live, Jack. Like as you're seeing, like these people don't, like the guy was saying that his first principle is nothing exists. Well, I would counter and say the first principle is that everything exists, because your epistemology is done through your senses. And all of our senses say that something exists. So anyway, but Jack, great show as always. I don't know how you have a patience of a saint like this with these kind of people. But when I'm better tomorrow, I'll come and stick my foot up their ass for you, Jack. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Have a great night, Imperious. Thank you very much. I'm going to give DNW. Go ahead, Objective, please.
Just because I'm at work. First of all, I want to say thank you for bringing me up last minute. Second of all, to the brother that just left, he might want to put his listening ears on next time. The first principle is nothing can't exist. Not nothing does exist. So what he just said is completely nonsensical, and he's going to refute himself.
No, what he did is he flipped it. If you're saying nothing can't exist, he's saying everything exists, and then with that,
but everything doesn't exist, because everything encompasses contradictions, and we know contradictions can't exist.
Okay.
One or both propositions must be false. So his first principle is dysfunctional in that regard as well. Everything doesn't mean anything; it's meaningless.
Okay.
But anyway, so first principle, nothing can't exist, is irrefutable. Second principle is I'm having an experience. Third principle is that logic and mathematics seems to comport to reality, and everything else is downstream from that. Thank you so much for your time, brother. Really enjoyed the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Take care, OE.
What I
Good to see you, DNW.
Was the then conclusion that there's no God, because I'm pretty sure I heard that coming out as well. But Lord have mercy. Thank you to you. Thoughts from you, friend? Are you there?
Prophet, are you there? He's sometimes busy with his family, so he might not. He might
kind of get that.
He's hopped off. Okay, well, look, Jack, as always, thank you for all you do. You are a good-hearted, kind-hearted fellow, and you're trying to make waves in what is difficult terrain, and I do, as always, give you my full support with that. Much respect, much love, and a lot of gratitude. Thank you very much, Jack.
Okay, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And I do have, for the viewers who want to stick around, want to continue some of these conversations with panels, I'm going to send us over to DNW. It looks like he's going to continue over on his channel. And I'll drop the link here in just a moment too. But I don't want to be rude. I do want to give my friend, Crazy Guru. Sorry for the interruption and for the abrupt put to the back, but
I told you, if I get like that, that's what you got to do. DNW does it. I'm accepting of my flaws and failures. I just look, OE, I love to pieces, because in every area I look at the man, he's amazing, he's a walking contradiction to me, and I don't get him, because you kind of pointed it out. And the thing is, if I say to him, yeah, I'll read all your work, tomorrow I'm going to try and steel man the shit out of you, as you know I will, Jack, but will you read mine? And when he says, no, I don't need to me, that's a pompous prick.
And he may have spoke without meaning it. I'm not getting all the chats up here in StreamYard, but I saw a correction from Objective Ethics. Maybe I misstated his position. I hope we can continue the conversations again. And I didn't mean to distract from you, but thank you.
But I will say, it's only in that area, guys, and I put a performance on a person. I even said, I know I didn't have to give permission. I was, I'm vouching for him. I think OE is amazing, and I hope to be friends with him. But again, it's difficult to move forward with someone who says, you must listen to me, but I don't have to listen to you, because I get accused of that, and that's not even true. I just act on it sometimes in performance. It's not really real. As you know, Jack, I'll go away and listen the heck out of this. Tomorrow I'm going to battle OE and battle of wits if I can find him online. He'll let me get to him, but he won't. He'll run like most intellectuals. But I do have a question about the chat, Jack, and I'm not going to make it too personal. I'll make two suggestions. Are you aware of some of the really disgusting, horrific things that are being said in chat about individuals, especially calling my wife like a whore and, saying I'm a moron and my work shouldn't be read for some reason without saying it? Do those kind of messages bother you at all in the chat? I'm just asking because I'm curious about you. Or do you think?
I don't know that I saw anything that.
Oh, yeah, they were definitely there. 100%. My wife has we've recorded them and everything to show you if you want to know.
Today?
If you want to know.
Today or previously?
Right now, I'm looking at it right now. If you go into the comments,
at it right now.
Yeah. My wife, I tell you what, my wife will tag them for you because you've asked her. In fact, she's a moderator you can speak to and ask your moderator, and she'll probably tell you yes, they were.
Well, tell you what.
I'm not complaining about it. That's what I need you to know. We don't care. We love it. I just want to know.
You just want to highlight it, Jack. This is happening, and do you care?
Yeah.
What do you think? You think I don't care? You know what?
No, I don't think that. I just want to see if you do. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I got nothing to prove to you.
No, you don't.
If you guys have problems with me,
I have lots to prove to you, though, Jack. I do. I have lots to prove to you. I'm a willing man to say I'm flawed, and I have lots to prove to you, and I will. If you have nothing to prove to me, that's okay.
I don't want the flaws.
You don't want my flaws, or?
Well, if
my flaws are not loved you, I won't come back here if you don't want
flaws, then, and you're going to keep your flaws, well, then,
I don't think you can heal from flaws if you don't focus on them, personally, myself. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that.
What do you want me to do? How about that?
Tell me the truth.
You brought a problem to my attention. What is your solution?
I haven't got a solution. I just want your truth. And you've refused to tell it.
I answered it.
I didn't hear it. I apologize. I didn't hear it. Could you tell me again more calmly, though?
No, I don't appreciate people being rude to my guests or being rude in the chat.
Thank you. I was just interested.
I find it interesting, though. Pardon?
Me and Lisa don't mind at all. We find it all a game. Like we provoke for this in the sense of accepting who we are. And so basically we understand this is coming.
And so then what is the purpose? I guess you're testing me?
No, I'm just curious.
Okay.
That's it.
Has your curiosity been satiated?
Partly, but it's enough. Thank you.
All right. Anything else before we go?
Unless you have for me, but I have nothing for love. Thank you again. Without this kind of love for someone like me, I couldn't be here. And not many people have that. So I'm lucky to have found you. And I have so much to prove to you, even though you don't have anything to prove to me. That's my choice, not yours. Oh, is it not? I don't know. Is it my choice if I think I have something to prove to you? I don't know. Is that correct to say?
If that's how you feel, you might end up trying too hard. I'd rather you find a way to accept me.
I don't mind that because I trust you put me on path.
What's that?
I don't mind that because I accept you put me back on path. I trust you.
All right. Thank you, brother. I'm going to drop you in the back. I'm going to do a couple final words. Brothers and sisters, we ran a little bit longer, but we had some wonderful, amazing guests swinging through, some diverse conversations. And I have truly enjoyed the way that people, for the most part, were patiently communicating with each other. We have our moments for sure, but understanding what is within you, that was the topic today. And in the beginning, I talked about a few different principles, some ideas that I found pretty helpful regarding to the Christic, to the pure, to the true omnipresent nature of the human soul, recognizing the kingdom of God is within you. I even gave some tricks I found in order to find it for yourself. So if you missed those, please go back, speed it up, listen through. You'll find some good things in there throughout our time together. The idea is when you can understand what is within you is actually far greater than you, then you don't give so much attention and energy to the limitations, to the excuses, to just coping or surviving, or just making excuses for suffering. You realize, hey, I've got a new day today. I got a new life today. It's been given to me to decide what to do. Who's in control of me? Am I in control of me? And if I'm in control of me, what do I want to do? See, to control is the ways of the world. It's more of a mastery, and any mastery is truly going to be a relationship. So to find the kingdom of heaven within you, be heavenly with you. Be compassionate, be honest, be pure, be kind, be good. It starts within. I'm going to wrap it up here because we all know this stuff. I'm not saying anything new. We're going to forward over to visit DNW. Please give some support, share the love if you head that way. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, walk with faith, and live without fear, of course. Thank you again, and God bless. Peace.